Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Grizzly here with a brand new video today. That sounded fucking really exciting, but I don't give a fuck because I'm going to be talking about my all-time favorite games, top 5 anyway, of Call of Duty. Lowdown is, I started on Modern Warfare 2 at my friend's house. I didn't have my own Xbox at the time until Black Ops 1 happened, and this is going to be from Modern Warfare 2 to COD Ghost, and also I'm going to be talking about campaign and multiplayer together. So if I spoil anything campaign wise, because I actually like playing campaign, unlike some of you guys, I'm sorry. I actually like campaign, and if I spoil it, I apologize once again. But let's start in this video at number 5. At number 5, we're gonna have Call of Duty Ghost, and I know a lot of people don't really like Call of Duty Ghost, but for me, I actually like the game. The guns, like usual, they're really good. When they come out with the Vector, the new version of the Vector anyway, and then they brought the MTAR, but an SMG version of the MTAR. The Remington was good. Then they brought out the DLC weapons, which were the Ripper, and then the 2 versions of the Maverick, which was the assault rifle version with the really weird, I don't know what it was an iron sight, that's what it was. And then they had the other version, which was a sniper rifle, which I didn't really understand the point of. The scope on it, it looked like a little TV in my opinion. It looked like a TV monitor that you can just look in with an eye, or at least 2 eyes. I just didn't like the scope or the Maverick in general when it came to the sniper. DLC wise, they brought out a lot of good DLC maps. When they brought out Fog, when you can actually play as Michael Myers, in the care package, which I thought was fucking phenomenal due to the time when, if I can remember correctly, that DLC came out around Halloween, which was the best idea Infinity Ward ever thought of. And then the new game modes like Blitz, Search and Rescue, and then a few others, they were pretty fantastic in my opinion. They replaced score streaks. They were awesome. One thing I actually liked was them actually letting you have a dog next to you as a lethal, so you'll have Riley next to your side. And then not just Riley, but over time, when the game was out for a few months, they actually came out with an addition of actually having a wolf instead of you having Riley next to your side, which I thought was fucking amazing. And then some of the bad stuff I kind of didn't like though was some maps were kind of too big, especially with all the snow maps. A lot of them were kind of big, but yet it was an advantage to the snipers. So it was a win-win for everyone, in my opinion, with big maps. Snipers loved it. Rushers didn't really like it. And then servers always acted up like usual because it's Call of Duty. There's always going to be something wrong with the servers. Some maps were kind of too dark, but it's a learning experience. Just turn up the brightness, problem solved. That much said, COD Ghost is going to be number 5 on the list. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Modern Warfare 3. Some of the good maps I actually liked with this were Village, Hard Hat, Baccarat, Terminal, which was brought back, Dome, Arcaded. But some of the bad things about some of the maps were small obstacles always blocked you, like a piece of log or a rock or a boulder or something like that. It will manage to get you killed in a way. Well, it always happened to me anyway. And then the score streak system was pretty nice when they brought it in. And what they usually did was they had a support, a lethal, and a specialist. The support, I did the most use with it, with the counter UAV, the UAV, and then they did the faulty crate, where they'll have a faulty care package and explode it into the enemy's face if they grab it. And then I actually used the stealth bomber a lot. The new game modes like Infected, and then All or Nothing, I like that one too. The bad things though were the lag. While in a party, at least a party of 3 or more, you'll usually just lag out, or half your team will lag out. And then matchmaking was kind of bad because it was very unbalanced, and then they always picked the worst person to host, which still every Call of Duty in general, because Call of Duty likes to give it to the worst host in the lobby. But then the last thing about Modern Warfare 3 I didn't like was their death streaks. I don't want to go into full rant mode, but I remember when they did a press conference on this, and one of the guys was like, "Fuck yeah, no Last Stand." They brought back Last Stand, and then they brought its bigger brother, Dead Man's Hand, Final Stand with a C4. Like, what the fuck? You promised. You fucking promised. Why would you do that? I'm sorry. It's bringing a tear to my eye. Okay, anyways. Death streaks. I'm glad they didn't bring it to Ghosts. I'm just so happy that they actually didn't bring any death streaks back to any Call of Duty. But death streaks, I fucking hated. But that's going to be number 4 on my list, with Modern Warfare 3, with Infected mode that I actually like the most. Some maps, new game modes, score streaks, number 4. At number 3, I'm going to have Modern Warfare 2 on my list, with the guns, snipers, ACR, and intervention. The only guns you're probably going to use, besides the UMP and the other vector, and then the Deagle. I think the Deagle is very OP in some spots, but yet the recoil was kind of iffy. Perks like Cold Blooded, titles and emblems. I was always wanting to have those 3D moving emblems, like the little satellite. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get those someday when I have my own game, because this is Modern Warfare 2, a game that came out when I didn't have an Xbox at the time. And then one-man army with noob tubes. That's a no-go, buddy. That is a fucking no-go. You have no idea. A lot of people that are watching this, you guys are definitely gonna agree with me on this list. One-man army and noob tubes. Fucking hated them. Unlimited ammo. Fucking hated it. Then there's akimbo attachments with the shotguns and the SMGs, especially with the Rangers and then the Spaz. Shotguns as a secondary in general. That was a no-go as well. Infinity Ward knew that was a no-go. Especially if you had a shotgun as your secondary during domination and ground war, especially like in Favela. At one of my favorite maps of all time. I'm actually glad they brought it back in Ghost. But Favela, especially with all the small alleyways, especially on B, someone would camp their ass off in front of that B flag in that little alleyway. You're gonna get your ass popped by a Spaz, or maybe a dual Ranger. What other maps am I forgetting? High Rise, another fucking fantastic map. Some other maps. You can tell me your list of your top 5 maps in general in Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 in general, a lot of the perks were pretty good as well, and stuff like that. But Modern Warfare 2, it's really short, simple. Modern Warfare 2, number 3. And then at number 2, I'm going to have Black Ops 2. A lot of stuff I have on here, but I'm just going to do a few things. The new tactical equipment like the EMP, and then the shock charge, that was an improvement, especially when EMP was used a lot in MLG events. The new emblems, you can create your own. That was pretty nice, showing your personality stuff, except it was all sexual stuff that I see now, and then the MMS attachment I actually like a lot. I use it a lot in every gun, especially in Search and Destroy, look through walls and stuff, and then I use that attachment a lot when I use a smoke grenade in Domination. Search through the smoke, you'll see the full body. New score streaks like the Hunter Killer, Swarm, the AGR, I thought that's badass as well. And then the Hunter Killer, like I said. DLCs were very creative. Also brought back Nuketown, which was free. I actually liked a lot of the DLC maps because they were very colorful. Treyarch shows their bright side, no pun intended. They like colorful stuff, like on Rush and Grind. Those are one of my 2 favorite DLC maps in Treyarch. League Play, a new thing that I liked a lot from doing this whole MLG feel type of stuff, except the point of you getting kicked off line just because of someone not wanting to waste their time to get the master, so they just kick you offline for at least 30 seconds to a minute, which I found really hard to believe why some people don't want to show how much they have skill with the controller, but instead they show skill how much they can do with just pressing one button just to boot people off, which I call very annoying. The target finder, I didn't like at all. Let's just say the target finder, in my opinion, it's only used for noobs, Christmas noobs when they came to the game. Hit detection was terrible. You thought you killed them, yet they kill you back if you shoot them with like 5 to 7 bullets on core. 1 to 2 shot kills when it comes to hardcore, but that hit detection or hit markers like you guys call it, it was complete bullshit. And then last but not least, the breaking of dominations into 2 rounds, that kind of screwed a lot of people over because a lot of people have momentum at the end of first halves and they'll lose their momentum after the round ends, and then they die like right away when they're probably like 1 or 2 off their swarm or probably K9 unit. I wish they didn't have done that. I don't remember, I haven't played Domination in Black Ops 3. I don't remember if they got rid of the 2 halves or if they kept it or not, but other than that, I didn't like the breaking of dominations into 2 rounds due to the momentum shift that could have happened. But other than that, that was really quick for number 2 on Black Ops 2. And last but not least, number 1 is going to be, of course, Black Ops 1. I don't know where to begin with this. There was a shit ton of stuff that I actually liked with the game, even though it was my first Call of Duty I ever bought by myself with my first Xbox 360. Guns looked and sounded realistic. Everything I thought looked and sounded realistic. The maps were very nice when it came to jungle and Nuketown and firing range. The DLC maps were awesome when it came to Hotel, one of my favorite DLC maps in that game. They also brought back the World at War zombie maps in the last DLC that was just all zombies, with the introduction of Moon, which I thought was really complex as well. Creating the party games was a new thing when they got Sticks and Stones, gun game. What else? Sharpshooter, another good game that was really competitive yet fun at the same time. The physics system with throwing lethals like the Semtex, the frag grenade, and then the Tomahawk. You needed physics just to get across map. And then they also introduced theater mode for all those YouTubers that had their eyebrows raised. They're like, oh, I can actually make shit for once without editing and having software for it, even though it was like 2010 it came out. Flamethrower attachment and the master key attachment, those were no-goes in my opinion. Flamethrower didn't really help at all, and then the master key, that was the shotgun attachment under the barrel of an assault rifle. You got hit marker central there. You would probably get lucky if it was up close and the guy didn't see it coming. It was basically a shotgun that you can just run around a corner if you had it up, shoot him right in the face, and kill someone with a shotgun attachment. Flamethrower, back to that, it didn't really phase the enemies at all if you used it against them. They'll like just shrug it off thinking it's like a mosquito bite or something. And then the last thing, it's about zombies. I don't really talk shit about zombies a lot. It's the map Shangri-La. This map, when I first played it, it was very complicated. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Every obstacle in that map, I was basically down at least 5-10 times every 5 rounds, and I didn't understand the meaning of that map. I died by obstacles, always got down due to zombies coming out of nowhere, and then I believe, if I can remember anyways, monkeys were in there too, and I was like so confused on that map. The map Shangri-La was an extra obstacle type of course to Call of the Dead, but yet you had to jump over like flying items. Like Black Ops, I think, was the best one, and the campaign, spoiler alert again, I think it had the best plot ever. Everything in Black Ops campaign was fucking amazing. They did everything right with it, especially you playing as Woods and Mason, and then them bringing back Victor Reznov at the beginning, or like throughout the whole thing, parts and parts again. Other than that, that's my list. Put down what's your top 5 favorite Call of Duties of all time. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and any other social media site I probably have on my links below. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.